George Kittle, they could extend him or they could trade him. Here's the thing. They don't seem like they're super eager to give out extensions to older players anymore. They did that last year. It didn't work out. That's not George Kittle's fault. George Kittle's a great player, but he's going to be 32. He's going to want to be the highest paid tight end in the league. He's probably going to want more than a 2 or 3 year deal. I mean, he's George freaking Kittle. So you could absolutely justify paying him that. Or you could say, you know what? We've done this too much. We gotta finally take the Bill Walsh advice and get rid of a guy a year too early rather than a year too late. George, you're worth like at least 1 first round pick. We just freaking signed Luke Farrell, and they brought in Harold Fannin. They're bringing in Harold Fannin Jr. for a top 30 visit. They're clearly in the tight end market. What do you think, George Kittle on the way out of town? What do you say?
No, as of now, but I don't think it's as far-fetched as anyone would want to think. For starters, no, do not trade him. That's very, I get it. You try to get out a year earlier. Like, he's on the down end of his career based on age and given the way he plays, like, is he going to sustain it for another year or 2 or 3? I'm personally of it. Like, you know what? At some point you just got to like give it to the guy who's been like your best, who's going to go down as one of your best players in franchise history, especially given the low point you were in for early on with his career. And he came off arguably one of the best, if not the best season of his career. So I'd be very on board of like giving him that cash. But it's ever since what seemed like cash. Exactly, it's not my cash. Yeah. What seemed like an easy lock to that he was going to get an extension now feels like, what the hell are they going to do given this new financial limit plans and stuff like that? It kind of ties in the same with Purdy. Like, dude, are they actually going to go that far? Like, how much are they going to give for him? Like, of between the 2 players who they would probably extend between Purdy and Kittle lucratively, it's probably Purdy just because of that young, like that new regime they're trying to look for. You know, Kittle 31, like, you know, he hasn't been, he's not injury prone as much anymore, but he does get battered. And it's not like the arrow's pointing up. He is up and it's only pointing down potentially. Like, are we going to do that? Like, and then you're going to look like, well, we did it with Trent Williams. It wasn't really great. An elite player, one of the best in the league, but it's probably not one we liked.
What about this? We just spent a whole episode talking through hypothetical Brock Purdy trades. And with the Steelers one, we thought that there's some real validity to it. Like, it actually has some legs. Not that it necessarily will happen. Let's say it does happen. Let's say Shadur Sanders falls to the Niners. They get him at 11. The Steelers call up. They offer 21. And Brock Purdy goes to Pittsburgh. And George Kittle loses his freaking mind. He's like, whoa. I want to win a Super Bowl. You're rebuilding. That could be another reason where they'd be like, all right, well, if you want to get traded, we would never want to trade you, George. We freaking love you. But if you want to get traded, then, we'll grant your request just like we did for Debo.
Kind of do it the way it's like, we were already kind of thinking of it, but you said it so we can punt it on you.
Yeah, exactly, man. We're not breaking up with you. You're breaking up with us.
It's like, hey, guys, even though we had it literally written down in our journal to-do list, like, yeah, maybe I can see it. I mean, we already see them doing it with Debo. Why wouldn't they do it with George?
They could throw Juszczyk in the trade, too.
Yeah, someone's going to want Juszczyk, right?
Yeah. The Steelers almost traded. They could trade Purdy and Kittle and Juszczyk to the Steelers in a package.
No, that would
be a lot.
That'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy thing to do. The free agents are forever going to distrust the 49ers if that happened. But
TJ Watt, 21, Cam Hayward. It could happen. Minka.
You're firing off like a machine gun right now.
Sorry, the ideas are coming to me. I don't know.
Brainstorm. No, I think George. Would George want to trade? I honestly don't think he would want to trade. I feel like he's a guy who's like kind of content to like, I'm kind of content with just ending my career here. I think he's kind of content on that. Unless the 49ers, like I said, they'd go to that point where it's like, we're not extending you, you're out. Like, it would have to be like, yeah, full on, like it's us.
Yeah, we're the Oakland A's now. Sorry.
They are having an Oakland A's.
They're very, very much. We keep waiting for them to spend money, and they're like, we're only spending on dinners for Parag and Jed from now on.
That's where, and I actually have it loaded up on the queue. I guess a little teaser of a future article is the cash spending limits they're putting this offseason. That has to be a 2025 exclusive. I don't want to hear about that next year.
Exactly.
I do not.
Like, we don't know that, but we assume it and hope that that's the case.
Yeah, which goes and ties to topics from a few weeks ago. It's like, is Praj having more power than we think he is? Is this more than a checks and balances? So
Yeah.
this better hope that this is just this year. Like, I
And
will give you the benefit.
if Parag is in power, does that mean that these deals are going to get done quicker, or are they going to drag out longer? Because it always seemed like that was his thing,
That they
the
get done, which quicker, right?
longer. Like he's the
Yeah,
guy that's like the sweated out negotiator who he wants to win every little detail. Like this is going to take a long time, Brock. I don't care how. I love how Brock said he wanted to do it quick. It's like, God love you, Brock, but it's not going to happen.
he definitely
I
saw
would
what
like my
happened.
$55 million a year quickly, please. Thank you.
No, Brock definitely saw what happened to Ayuk. He's like, I think the fact that when Brock said that, it pretty much showed like, yeah, that kind of impacted us a little bit. But even last year before too, with Bosa, like, I mean, that's the funny thing. It's like they were able to overcome the Bosa thing, who's obviously a far dramatically better player and impactful player on the team, but they were with Ayuk was different. I think it just tied into that Super Bowl heartbreak. But I digress. It's just they better just hope that it's not that kind of a reset. Because if it's like, okay, we're doing it a 1 year wonder, we're copying the Bills, we're copying the Rams, sure, whatever, it's all good. But now it's like, no, we got a little too much. We're getting a little too. Now we are the Oakland A's. The A's left. We saw the A's move to Sacramento. We figured there's a spot open for us.
Let's carry on their legacy. Because now all of a sudden they're in Sacramento. They're spending money, baby. It pisses me off. I don't even root for that team. But as a Oakland resident, pisses me off. Moonman has just became a new member. Thank you. Johnny Angel says no quarterback should get paid more than Mahomes until they win a Super Bowl. He's crazy asking for 60 M's. Give him 45 a year for being a 49 a year for being a 49er. No, give him 28 a year for being a 49er.
He's not crazy for ask for it. He has to ask for it, right? Because even no matter what, if he thinks he's worth that or not, you have to go high. I go low.
Yeah, the NFLP, like Players Association, won't allow you to be a good guy and take way under market rate.
It's a very intricate situation of how it goes. I really feel like Brock's negotiation is such an awkward one, and it just factors into more with these situations. George Kittle's extension, Brandon Ayuk, we're going to pay you. Like, where's this going to go? This is going to be another drawn out situation.
I just want to thank the 49ers for being indecisive and dramatic because they could have gotten this out of the way. They could have got this done first thing in the offseason. Then what we have to talk about right now. D winners. I mean, that would be fun. So thank you, 49ers, for just being you.
What are they waiting for? They're not going for reagents.
No, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Haven't you seen the moves they've made? Luke Farrell.